Hello and welcome to BBC Newsline. A woman from Coleraine has won a landmark legal case over the pension rights of unmarried couples in the public sector. Denise Brewster was denied payments from her late partner's pension after he died 7 years ago. After today's ruling, she will now receive that money. Aileen Moyna reports.
Denise Brewster had lived with her partner Lenny McMullen for 10 years. In the early hours of Boxing Day 2009, Lenny died suddenly, aged 43, just 2 days after the couple had become engaged. Mr McMullen had paid into a pension scheme for 15 years while working for Translink, but Denise was denied a survivor's pension as the couple were cohabiting and not married. But she didn't give up.
This is what Lenny did want. You know, we planned for our future, we planned for our death, we planned to grow old together. And yes, I think that this case was about fighting for us and fighting for what we were to each other.
The local government pension scheme that Mr McMullen paid into allowed a surviving partner to be paid a pension in certain circumstances. One of those circumstances was that Mr McMullen would have filled in a nomination form indicating that Denise was to receive his pension if he died. But there was no trace of this form and a pension was not paid. Denise argued against this, and today the Supreme Court in London ruled in her favour.
So we decided that no justification for the interference was shown and that therefore refusing Ms Brewster a pension was unlawful discrimination. We said that she's entitled to receive a pension and that the nomination requirement should no longer be applied.
I was fighting for our relationship. As we went on, you realised you're not only fighting for us, you're fighting for all these other people, all these other families who have also been wrongly treated through these flawed pension schemes. And I think when you know you're in your gut, in your heart, that you're making the right decision, you have to just go with it. And I know Lenny will be looking down at me and saying, well done, Denise.
Denise Brewster there. Now, the Attorney-General has said he may take a case which challenges the legality of the entire Renewable Heat Incentive Scheme. John Larkin told the judge he's reflecting on whether to bring the case against the Department for the Economy about a failure to put the non-domestic scheme before the full executive before its introduction in 2012. His intervention came as boiler owners cleared the first stage in their High Court challenge to ensure lucrative payments for the next 20 years. A South Armagh woman who was abused by her brother has waived her right to anonymity to encourage other people in the same situation to come forward. Her abuser, Gavin Paul Ferguson from Forkhill, was given a 2-year suspended sentence last month. Helen Jones reports.
Linda gets a hug from her 3-year-old daughter. Her own childhood was initially happy. Linda was fostered and then adopted when she was just 14 months old.
I remember just being this wee half-Indian baby with these big brown eyes, and I was put into Little Miss competitions, Little Miss Forkhill, Little Miss Slieve Gullion, and I won them all. And then just I suppose that childhood was short-lived.
From the age of 9, she was abused by her brother, Gavin Paul Ferguson from Forkhill. He was 2 years older.
The abuse continued, and then I met my partner, and he asked me one day did something happen, and I told him.
She was 18 then. A life-changing event was the key to her reporting the abuse to the police.
I had my wee girl, and just something changed, and I remember just looking into her eyes one day and thinking, if anybody ever hurt you, you know, I will protect you with all my life. And I suppose it's the reason that I did go forward, because my daughter gave me the courage to go forward, and that's the best thing I ever did. You know, I'll thank her. You know, someday when she reads the paper or watches this back, you know, it's because of her.
Linda has waived her right to anonymity to encourage others who are being abused to come forward.
I knew that my face and my name would be out there about being this victim or survivor of sexual abuse, but I felt that it was so important because to move on for me, and secondly for other women and men and whoever has been a victim of any sort of abuse to kind of feel brave to come forward. This past 2 or 3 years has been very, very tough, and I'm so thankful for my partner and my 2 kids and my partner's family, because they really stuck by me, and that's what a family is, you know. So I've got my wee family now.
And details of organisations offering information and support with sexual abuse are available at bbc.co.uk/actionline, or you can call for free at any time to hear recorded information on 0800 077 077. The inquest into the death of a 22-year-old man who was found in the grounds of the Ulster Hospital has heard conflicting evidence about the way he was cared for. James Fenton's body lay undiscovered for 10 weeks after he climbed over the fence of a mental health unit in July 2010. Will Leach reports.
How was 22-year-old James Fenton cared for at the Ulster Hospital, and how was he able to leave the smoking area at the mental health unit? The inquest heard that Professor Sina Fazell of Oxford University wrote a report suggesting the South Eastern Trust's clinical staff had made mistakes. He thought James should have been diagnosed as clinically depressed and put on a high state of observation, so he was always accompanied and probably could never have left the ward. Professor Fazell gives evidence tomorrow. But giving evidence, 2 other senior psychiatrists disagreed with his findings. Dr. Nita Chadha of the nearby Southern Trust was happy with the diagnosis from the junior doctor who spoke to James at length, and with the levels of observation she recommended. And another senior psychiatrist had the same opinion. That was the South Eastern Trust's own Director of Mental Health, Dr. Niall Quigley. But he went on to describe Ward 27 at the Ulster and the 8 attempts by patients to leave it via the smoking area in the year before James's disappearance. Dr. Quigley agreed that Ward 27 is a poor ward for the 21st century. Dr. Chadha called the smoking area grim and not appropriate at all, but added, "We're not building prisons or secure units here." In fact, it's 5 years since the South Eastern Trust presented the Department of Health with a comprehensive business case for a much better mental health unit. But then it's 7 years since James went missing, and his family still knows neither the cause of his death nor the exact date. Will Leach, BBC Newsline, at Belfast Coroner's Court.
228 candidates will contest the Assembly election next month, 48 fewer than last time. Only 90 will be returned to Stormont compared to 108 in previous elections. Voters with the largest number of candidates to choose from are in West Tyrone, East Londonderry and East Antrim. The constituency with the fewest is Newry and Armagh. A European arrest warrant has been issued for a suspect charged in connection with the murder of David Black. The prison officer was killed on his way to work in Maghaberry in November 2012. 40-year-old Damien Joseph McLaughlin from Kilmascally Road near Ardbow in County Tyrone was due to stand trial this month, but fled while on bail. Let's get the weather forecast now with Cecilia.
Hello there. Gorgeous day today. Blue sky, sunshine and light winds. We'll still have some clear skies for a while tonight, but the breeze will gradually pick up. There'll also be some cloud rolling in from the west, so it's not going to be as cold tonight. It'll still feel cold if you're out and about, and it will stay mostly dry. But tomorrow morning, any frost will be more limited, more patchy, so not a sharper frost to start with, but it will feel cold during the day. And that's partly due to the southeasterly breeze, which will be more noticeable, and there won't be as much sunshine around tomorrow. There will be large areas of cloud at times. An icy start across parts of eastern Britain, and there will be some sleet and snow flurries over eastern Scotland and down through northeast England, perhaps down as far as East Anglia and towards London. Further west it's drier. There'll be some brightness across Northern Ireland and across parts of the Republic too. Also a few rain showers for the southwest of Ireland. Temperatures tomorrow afternoon will be a little bit down on today, and it will feel particularly cold in the breeze, but at least there'll still be a bit of brightness at times, and it will be mostly dry. The mostly dry but cold weather continues into Friday. Quite cloudy at times and still that very cold breeze, and temperatures again not much higher than 3 or 4 degrees. So they are falling. It's getting colder. Quite a lot of clouds come on Friday too, which will make it look pretty cold as well. As we head towards the weekend, the dry, cold weather continues. We will see 1 or 2 wintry flurries, but in most places it will stay dry, and there'll be a little bit of sunshine from time to time, but also some frost.
That's it for now. Our next BBC Newsline is at 6:25 in the morning during breakfast here on BBC One. You can also keep up to date with news online. Bye-bye.